On the last episode, we crossed over to the Bahamas to dive some remote islands, got onto some beautiful fish, had to battle some sharks. I also had a wrestling match with a grouper on the ocean floor. Join us as we send it off for day 3 of this wild adventure.
You guys, we are out here and it is super windy. We got a bunch of waves. It's like a washer machine out here. We have gone super remote. We are in the gingerbreads, which is far from any land mass, but it is semi-shallow diving. So we're gonna be diving with the Hawaiian sling today. I'm gonna be all primitive. We are going for grouper, hogfish, mutton, anything that is edible that comes by. I'll do some walkthroughs, talk about it on the voiceover. It is windy. It is rough. There's the crew. Ryan's suited up, ready to go. Ah, God, so emo. We got Wilson there, the OG headhunter.
A tribute to Captain Jack Spearo when he says anybody can do it. Yeah. How many years have you been collecting Social Security now, Wilson?
These guys giving each other a hard time. All right, so this is the one I'm using right here. The Hawaiian sling with the free shaft. I have an extra shaft in there. And that is so basically like an underwater slingshot. I'm excited I get to put it to use and I get to share it with you guys. Let's go.
You guys, welcome underwater and welcome to the voiceovers. We get right into it. When we first jump in, Jake makes an immediate drop because these African pompano come right up to us and something horrible happens. His slip tip literally ripped off. It was a homemade slip tip and unfortunately it did not stand up to the kind of fish that we get out here in the Bahamas and we're super upset about it.
Dude, your slip tip.
Having that as the way we started the trip was a huge disaster and I ended up switching immediately to my homemade Hawaiian sling with the line on it. So in case I did shoot a fish like that, it didn't just take my spear and be gone with it. We ended up hitting these rocks and the viz wasn't great, but a huge hogfish I saw go to this structure and I did not want to take any chances on the big hog. This is probably one of the biggest ones of the day. I kind of made a mediocre shot, so I know I needed to get my hands on the fish immediately. So you see me there using the rock to kind of press it, like the spear through it and against the rock so I can get my hands on the fish. I tuck the fish into myself and then I start heading to the surface to make sure there's no sharks or anything, but I also need to, that's the disadvantage of using the sling with the line is sometimes it gets wrapped up like that, but yeah, super good fish. And this is my first one of the day and there's definitely more to come just like this.
Not missing. Ain't nothing but a sling tang. It's a good one.
Now the people really love the Hawaiian sling. And it's not an easy task. A lot of friends I know have tried it and they say it's super hard, but I've been doing it since I was a little kid. And this is honestly the first type of spearing method I grew up doing. So it's honestly second nature. It's like instinctual shooting if you ever shot a recurve bow. And you see me lining up on a mutton right now. Luckily he gave me a good shot like this. And I absolutely rolled him. He was in the middle of turning and the spear went directly into the brain and I didn't even spine him, I actually stoned him. And yeah, that's perfect scenario. And this trip is amazing because I have Ryan following me around with the GoPro and you see some third person perfect perspective of me using this homemade Hawaiian sling. And if you love it, be sure to let me know in the comments below.
Dude, what a great job. That was so awesome.
Awesome.
That was so awesome.
You'll notice that we're diving extremely shallow areas. Well, not extreme. This is probably about 20 to 30 feet. And the only reason we're successful is because we went really remote. If you find areas and locations with less population and a lot of people don't go to, you end up getting on high amounts of fish. And again, on this drop, going down to this reef, there's a ton of mangrove snapper. Ryan's following me. And the fish I get is kind of an unusual fish. Not a lot of people are used to seeing me spear these, and these are called white margates, and they're really good use for bartering in the Bahamas with the Bahamians. They love this fish, and they call it the silver snapper. So if you ever want to help out the local Bahamians, shoot one of these fish or two, and they'll be so stoked, and they'll prefer this, honestly, probably over hogfish any day of the week. And there's just that Hawaiian sling getting put to use. Another stone shot for the day.
Nice, we're gonna get that black.
Yes, we are.
Just because I want to make sure you guys get some pole spear action, a nice queen trigger cruises in. Jake lines up the shot. You see how he lines up his pole spear with his body. And he's using the roller pole spear, which usually has a little bit of a start or a slow start time to get the speed rolling. But he had no problem lacing this queen trigger, and same thing, another good fish that you can use to barter with Bahamians, and they love these type of fish. About halfway through the day, something incredible happens. We're just on a random reef patch. We've been shooting a couple hogfish here and there, and I decide to do a blind drop on this reef. And you'll see from my action cam off in the distance, there's actually a huge bull shark, and a cobia is falling. I was so shocked because this is kind of a rare sighting in the Bahamas, depending on where you are. This is the last thing we were expecting to see. I did a ton of grunting, really hoping that it kind of pulls this bull shark, but the bull shark actually had other plans. And while I'm doing this dive, Jake, Derek, and Tyler are off in the distance getting into some hogfish, and that's why the bull shark was so not interested in me and just looked like he was on a mission. And where that bull shark goes is where that cobia is going to go. And I've never shot a cobia on pole spear, but we're gonna switch over to Jake's camera. And as I'm down there, Tyler is also down there, and Jake is down there, and this is Jake's GoPro of watching Tyler shoot this hogfish. And when that happens, he goes to the surface. Derek, I think, says that there's a cobia and a bull shark around, and then you'll see Jake immediately drop his camera in the water. So here comes that bull shark with the cobia. Like I said, Jake puts his camera in the water and just dive bombs. And that's the way you got to do. You can't really sit there and, call these things in. He dive bombs this thing. And luckily that he used the roller where it has multiple, maximum velocity at the end, and it had just enough to punch through. And I knew this was going on, so I saw it going down. I immediately dropped it. No, we had to get another shaft into this fish immediately. So I chase it down mid-water column, and you can hear Jake kind of putting the brakes on it just as much as he can. And again, this is from Jake's vantage point. I chase after the fish, draw back, and just rip into him. And honestly, that didn't kill the fish, but it put a really good hurting on him, and we just got him to the surface. But once you touch these fish, they go berserk. So wait for Jake to get absolutely thrashed at the surface in just a second.
Did you just pull my spear out?
Oh, I didn't pull it out. That pull?
That came out. That's awesome.
You guys, we were not expecting that. Look at what Jake did. Woo! Dude, that was crazy. I ended up seeing that bull shark with the cobia on it. I started going crazy, looked off in the distance, Jake made a drop, and right on top of him, smack on top of it. Is that my shot?
That's your shot right
That was
there,
my
yeah.
shot, all
That's
right.
mine.
Dude, I chased after that thing. You were like horsing him, and dude, I was like beelining it right to him, and I definitely wanted to at least get another shaft in him.
Yeah,
So,
dude, it put
as
the
soon as
hurt on him
possible.
as soon as you did.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Look at that. Oh, don't mind that.
Don't mind the other
Don't mind
fish.
that. I think we're gonna need a bigger cooler,
Bigger
Captain
cooler?
Al.
I have a bigger cooler.
Do you?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, in the
Underneath
deck?
this one. You can put him in the deck cooler if you like. There's no sense
he might
all
fit.
that room that we could be putting hogfish in.
Yeah, we might fit. That is a good start to the day. Dang, that is awesome. Sick.
Pretty sweet.
So sick.
That's my second
Cobia
biggest
on
cobia,
pole
and it's
spear.
Pole spear.
That's your second cobia on a pole
No,
spear?
that's my second biggest cobia, and it's on pole spear.
That's freaking awesome. Hell yeah.
We'll put him in a big box.
You guys can see how stoked I was for Jake to get that cobia, and that's what it's all about, using teamwork. And I mean, it was a whole team effort to get that fish, but we're getting right back into the spearing of some hogfish. Another third person, beautiful view of me shooting that fish. And what happened was I shot through the fish and I hit the rock and it kind of bounced out of the hogfish. Luckily, it kind of hung around. I heard him. This shot was good enough to put a real hurting on him. I was able to reload and put the shot in him. And that's something you can't do with the spear gun, and the primitive spears are a really good thing. If you shoot and miss, you can quickly reload and get other opportunities. And that's happened to me on multiple fish, including African pompano and other pelagic fish. You can shoot, miss, and just quickly reload and get another shot off on the fish, and which you definitely cannot do with spear guns. You're about to witness probably one of my most favorite shots of the trip, just because of the angle and the vantage point you guys get to see this at. I do a quick drop because I think it was Jake shot a mutton and ended up gutting him, and it brought in these strawberry grouper, and they're not huge, but they're freaking delicious. The meat is really soft, pure white meat, and they are kind of fairly easy to shoot. It's a really good idea to shoot, like if you have a girlfriend or a kid, you can easily get a shot off. And we're not diving super deep, it's between 20 and 30 feet, but this strawberry grouper came around and they get like territorial, so they just hold their ground. And I kind of point over and I call Ryan down to get a little vantage point, a cool vantage point of me shooting this fish, because I know that this strawberry grouper is not going to go anywhere. So as he comes, I start kind of crawling over towards this commotion, which is where the guts from that mutton snapper landed. And you get a perfect vantage point of how this Hawaiian sling works. Just like a bow and arrow, this strawberry comes in, landed a perfect headshot, and you want to get, see how it skewers. I grab both hands on each side, because the fish can come off the end of the spear because it's not a huge barb. So the best bet is to get your hands on the fish, or both. If you have a good shot like this through the head, both hands on each side of the spear, and it's like a shish kebab. You just bring them on up to the surface. Quickly get that fish to the boat, reload, and I did gut the grouper, and of course it brought in some more action. There was a nice mutton, and I just wanted to show you guys, hunting with the Hawaiian sling and actually missing. You've been seeing a lot of successful shots with the Hawaiian sling, but this is a prime example of it actually not landing a fish and kind of shooting and missing. So the mutton comes in to see what the commotion is. I point out to it, but unfortunately it's not going to give me an easy shot. He kind of veers in and then starts going away, but I'm trying to stay tucked to the reef, start kind of inching its direction, and its body language says, I'm out of here. So when that happens, I start going in hot pursuit, and you want to draw and then start kicking, and he ended up dodging the shaft. You saw he was going left, and once I released, he went completely to the right. When they have that kind of tail wag motion, it's easy for them to dodge because they're on high alert. But I think Jake may have tracked this guy down and landed a shot.
No, he's not spooked though. Go after him.
This is actually Jake's GoPro, and this is the prime example. He saw me take a shot at that fish, ended up whiffing, and so now he kind of swam along, chased it, and then it started to mellow out, and he made a drop kind of towards the bottom, goes ahead and loads his pole spear, heads the direction of this button, and same thing, gives the tail wag, except he ends up being a little more broadside. Actually, no, yeah, see right there, if it's broadside going one full direction, it's way less likely he's gonna dodge the spear and kick the other direction. And that was a prime example of him landing a solid shot on that fish. And he also saw another mutton, but we weren't close enough to catch it. Here's another prime example of being able to shoot, miss, and reload. And I actually don't miss. This is almost the same situation as the hogfish that I shot, reloaded, and shot again, except it's on a strawberry grouper. Again, these things came in because there's a bunch of commotion. I follow this guy. Ended up landing a good shot in the head, but it just wasn't enough. And that barb, like I said before, that barb kind of makes it a little hindrance to land a good shot. But I know he was hurt, and you see a third person of me just quickly. And the great thing is you don't have to take your eyes off the fish to reload this spear. You can kind of feel and get an idea of where you put it back in, where you basically put the shaft into the sling. And then you can do everything without even taking your eyes off the fish. You can chase after him. You can keep your eyes on him while you head to the surface and reload. But yeah, one of the huge perks of using the sling.
You alright? That was a long dive. For you.
Bro, Jack, you are a badass with the sling.
Fucking missed, dude.
Bro, you didn't even...
Actually, I didn't miss. I whacked him, but I didn't get penetration.
Yeah. No, bro, you're a G with that thing. You're good.
Another sling dive. And like I said, let me know in the comments if you think this stuff is repetitive or if you really enjoy seeing the multiple hunts using especially the primitive Hawaiian sling, or if you would rather me drop videos with multiple different spearing tactics in the video. But I kind of focus primarily on Hawaiian sling because the past couple episodes we've been doing pole spear. But I head to the bottom. Again, you get that third person view. I'm kind of following this strawberry grouper. And eventually, if you're not like chasing it, if you're just cruising along with it, it'll hole up, which is what it does here. Turns around, gives me a perfect headshot. And that's pretty much what you want to aim for when you're using this Hawaiian sling. Headshots are perfect. Gill shots, sometimes it's a little soft and the spear can rip out. Yeah, right through the gill plate on this guy. And another strawberry grouper candy burger I'm bringing to the surface.
Bro, we're getting good. We're getting good.
Something that happens super frequently are Spearo mackerel cruising by in their amazing sashimi. And when a commotion's going on, they'll be cruising by and you just dive bomb. And then you hopefully have a result just like this. Perfect spine shot. And these fish, they usually come in and then they move along. So dive bombing them is great. Or if you have a throw flasher, you can see them and then toss it and they'll usually circle back for the throw flasher. But we're adding huge variety into the box, some pelagic sashimi with the Spearo mackerel. If you haven't tried this, be sure to check it out. And if you have, comment below, let me know what you think of it. Here we go with another prime dive and a perfect vantage point of you guys seeing this sling in action. Ryan makes a drop, and of course we have another strawberry grouper. It's a little deeper, And one of the disadvantages of the Hawaiian sling is you have to clear your ears like after you've already gone down quite a bit, and you can't even load the spear until you've cleared your ears. So if you're trying to dive bomb or make a quick drop on a fish and be quiet, it's really difficult. So on this one, I was able to clear my ears, kind of descend a little bit to this strawberry grouper and land a really good shot. But yeah, just like I said, that's one of the disadvantages of using the Hawaiian sling, is being able to clear your ears. Like unless you can hands-free equalize, it makes using the Hawaiian sling in deeper water extremely difficult, because if you're making a quiet drop on a grouper, you have to clear your ears when you're close to the fish and then draw back, and usually by that time this fish spooks. But not only strawberry grouper and another one in the box. Here's something that's a little different with the Hawaiian sling, and you guys might be able to use it in your adventures if you're testing out the sling. You can kind of turn it into a pole spear, but it's not like something you do all the time. So you grab the spear, grab the back of the sling, push the sling in, and then you pinch the shaft just like that, and you use a pole spear. And this was a hogfish that Jake ended up shooting, wounding, and he headed to the surface, and I just went back down to secure the fish. Just that a shark didn't come in and we didn't lose the fish to a random sea creature, and we were able to keep it in the box.
Use for a kid's science project.
Okay. I like
you
that.
take the foam board, you just take an exact.
You guys, we absolutely crushed it today. Look at this. Cobia. We got some Spearos in there. And then, dude, look at this. Cool. We got AP, buttons, hogs. We got into the fish today, and I love that I was rocking the Hawaiian sling the entire time. We got some really good third person with Ryan following me, and I'm so excited about my boy Jake getting that first cobia. That's like one of his biggest cobia, and it was on pole spear. That was the first time I've ever seen a cobia here in the Bahamas, which is pretty wild. I know that they're usually in Florida, like all over the place, but yeah, that was my first time ever seeing one here, and the fact that we actually shot it and landed it is epic. But we're gonna rinse everything down. We're gonna start heading in. Might have some clouds we gotta punch through, but I'll see you guys back at the crib.
Ryan wanted to make one more stop on a deeper area just to kind of check it out, and sure enough, when we hopped in, a black grouper dove into this edge, and it was Derek's turn to try to get a shot in one of these black grouper. He makes a super slow descent. He knows where the fish is, so there's no reason to charge down, making an extremely slow drop. Doesn't want to spook any fish on the outside, which will make the spook fish on the inside of this edge. He's got his light, makes a drop, checks inside this hole, finds the grouper, lines up the shot. And unfortunately, there was a couple of grouper in this hole, but he grabs this one. Easy shot, and this is a perfect eating size grouper, and we're getting our couple grouper limit every day we're out here, and it's just because we're diving these deeper ledges. Now, it is a good thing Ryan wanted to go to this deeper spot, because he spotted an absolute tank of a black grouper, and then there's also a giant mutton, and then another big black grouper. But the one he had his eyes set on was this one, and it worked out perfectly. I was just above him. You could see the big black grouper right at the top of the screen, kind of hiding behind this coral. Ryan gets right over top and lands a perfect headshot. This thing darts into the coral head, and Ryan just lets go of his spear, and it just knows it's going to be a multiple dive extraction, and he just drops his weight belt. If you've never done it before, you shoot a fish in a hole. If you can, you don't want to have a giant string going from the surface down because it ends up getting in everybody's way. So just drop your spear. The fish is in the hole. He's not going to go anywhere, and it's time to just do a couple extraction dives, which we have coming up.
Come on, bro, one dive. Ryan, I thought you were gonna shoot the mutton.
So we thought it would be safe, now that we have Derek over, myself, we thought it would be safe to get another shaft in the fish just in case this one shot tears out, because you really never know. So you don't want to senselessly injure a fish and it tear out and die later on. So it's the most responsible thing to do, to make a drop, put another shaft, even if you may think it's necessary or not. It's always better to be safe than sorry, from personal experience. Especially since you have an easy shot opportunity on this fish, and it's one big hole. It's not like multiple holes you're gonna have shafts going in. It's gonna be a total cluster. So he wants to get another shaft in this fish, in which he does now. I don't know if you can, yeah, right there. The fish is about to hop out and start cruising down the reef, which is perfect and a really good idea. He puts another backup shot in this fish. Right there, another shot in the fish. And I don't think he works the fish out of the hole. I think he tries to, but he ends up just saying, you know what, I'm just going to take my time on this one. There's no sharks around yet. We have multiple divers in the water, so it'll be a good job to just get him back on the last drop. So go ahead and hold your breath on this one. Third time's a charm. Again, going down primarily just to extract this fish. And still, luckily, no sharks around. If there were sharks around, it really wouldn't be too big of a problem because one, the fish is gigantic. Two, it'd be really hard for a shark to get its head in the hole. So they're just going to be patrolling. So when you do a dive, if there were sharks around, make sure you're doing kind of what we're doing. We have a camera following Ryan, but realistically, if it's just your guys not worried about cameras, just have another diver follow at least mid-water column to be there to fend off any sharks while the other one is in the hole extracting the grouper. So Ryan takes his time, knows that he can grab both shafts and start kind of tearing and pulling out the fish and guiding it out. Now if there was just one spear in this fish, it wouldn't be a great idea. But he gets a hold of the tail, which is the only thing kind of propelling him into this rock. Holds his tail to kind of stop, and then just kind of shimmies him out using the slip tips. It takes just a second, but that's kind of the name of the game. Got his hands in the gills, and this is probably the biggest fish of the trip. A beautiful black grouper, and this is definitely not sig worthy and will be eaten thoroughly by us and our family.
I'm gonna try to get tight on this stud mangrove. He's cruising. I got like just a little bucktail. It's like a little yellowtail rig. He's like, oh, there he is.
Where'd he go? They both took off over that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That corral and
We need to throw some scraps in. Hurry up and fillet better, faster.
Bro, only if you were over here to actually help me.
Right?
So you're just talking shit.
Oh, there's the jack. Dude, I was gonna smack. I'll try to catch that jack.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more fun.
Shit, get away, Kuda.
All right, you guys, we got some of that Spearo, and that's what we're gonna do to cook up. Actually, we're not even gonna cook it up. We're gonna show you the rawness of it. Oh my gosh, dude. Ryan took care of it. Look at this plate. This is no joke. Can I tap into this? Just a taste test? At this. All right, I'm gonna bring it over to the table. Look at this, bro. Look at this plate. That's insane. Looks so good. I'm just gonna do a little taste test before everybody gets in here and it gets too loud and crazy and they start talking crap while I'm trying to film. Nobody would ever do that. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm just going to get this close enough. Normally I do some wasabi. Is this ponzu or soy?
Wasabi's already in there.
All right, sweet. Look at this. Perfect. Look at this. All right, dip it in the soy, just raw. Good. That's a great job on the soy sauce. What was in there? Wasabi?
Wasabi and soy sauce, that's it.
This is the ingredient. Raw Spearo mackerel, some soy sauce, and wasabi mixed in, and that gives it enough flavor. Oh, dude, that's so good. All right, I need to put this in the fridge, save it for the other guys. That's about as simple as it gets. Whenever you're filleting, just make sure you use the big, thick parts of the fillet. You don't want it to be too stringy, but if you guys enjoyed this wild trip, I'm so excited we got to Spearcobia, African pompano, such a variety of fish. The best part was I loved sticking to the Hawaiian sling and getting some third person, some really cool shots, and let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed that. But you guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. I drop a video every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And if you want to do a little bit more to support the channel, feel free to become a YouTube member. Comment down below if you're curious about that. And like always, I will see you guys next Tuesday for another adventure. Later.